The only thing is I can't see runway 6. Like, where is this runway? Alright, in a bit of a rush because the plan is to do another timed mission, and I accidentally enabled it in NeoFly, which means that the clock has officially started ticking. So we have to get everything loaded. Now, so while the aircraft spools up, here is our mission.
You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
Here's our mission. We are doing a flight from Roundup Airport, which is where we flew into last time, coming down just hard enough to break a bunch of our payload. Today we are flying to North Carolina, Colorado Regional, which is in Colorado. This is a timed cargo mission. We got 2 hours and 40 minutes is what the game's given us to cover 393 miles, but with a fairly light payload of 379 pounds, significantly less than what this aircraft can comfortably do. So we should be in good shape. Salt Lake Center, this is November 012 Sierra Bravo, requesting takeoff runway 27.
November 012 Sierra Bravo, released for departure.
Pilot, fly like the wind.
Landing gear up. Flaps in position. So we were told to expect flight level 25 a little further along, so let's go ahead and just key that in anticipation. I was going to leave it right, just the throttle. We're actually fairly close to the maximum speed we can do, according to the dial there. We got a ground speed of 247 knots, so we're kind of... The distance, I feel good. By my rough estimation, we got about 2 hours 19 left. I think we got a shot. I shouldn't have activated the mission straight away on NeoFly. That was a bit of an error on my part. I don't think there's a good way to go back and fix that. But if we can hold this kind of speed, I think we're going to be okay with the time allotted. So... And I think I know what I did wrong last time I tried a time mission, if you guys remember. I thought I pulled up in time. I didn't get credit for the mission because it didn't start unloading. I think I know what I did wrong. I just got to shut the engine down but leave all the avionics on. So that's the plan this time. I'm going to really hone in on that. But other than that, we're underway. Everything looks good. Salt Lake Center, this is November 012 Sierra Bravo. Please confirm radar contact.
November 012 Sierra Bravo, Salt Lake Center, radar contact. Climb, maintain flight level 250.
Climb and maintain flight level 250, November 012 Sierra Bravo. So, one thing I've learned the hard way with Beyond ATC is that they throw a lot of data at you when you first request your clearance for the flight. I think that's the same in real life. And if you don't get the squawk setting right, they don't. They basically won't bother you because you're not showing up on the radar. So I've learned to just make sure that I have got radar contact with them early on in the flight, so that I'm not robbing myself of any communications with control as we go. And when I checked in to make sure that they could see me, they went ahead and prompted the increase in altitude. So we're already on our way up to 25,000 feet. While that's underway, let's take a look at where we're heading into. So we are going into Fort Collins in Colorado. It's a large runway, so that should be good for us right away. Elevation 5,000. Keep that in mind as we're coming in. Right now it looks like we're set up to come in just on a straight long down into runway 15, which is going to be good for us on a time mission. Just ease straight in as long as we get the clearances, and like they said, it's a long runway, so as long as we don't float down this runway, it looks like we'll be able to get off of it pretty quickly. Maybe here, haul butt to, you know, make a quick beeline to where we need to unload and not lose too much time on the ground. So feeling like we got a chance here to redeem some of the previous flights and nail this one and get it right. So I will see you guys a little closer to when we come in. We'll be hand flying in, and I'll see you then. Alright, well, we are doing pretty good, dare I say, at this stage in the game. So, pull the EFB up real quick. I would say we're easily 2/3 of the way through our journey. And I still have an hour 38 left, which means we've burnt about an hour. The total time, and that includes the 10 minutes spent faffing around before we got off the ground. So this is actually good. I think worst case, I mess up something on the approach and we have to do a go around. I should have the time to do it. So I'm feeling like, right now I'm feeling optimistic. I'm feeling like setting a longer distance has been more beneficial here. Hopefully we can just get this done, get the points. I really am keen to start moving the needle. I've had like 3 failed missions in a go. Yep, 3 failed missions in a row, so I'm ready to get things progressing towards Captain a little bit more. Alright, got the autopilot off. I think we'll be coming in here pretty soon.
November 012 Sierra Bravo. Descend and maintain 6,400 feet. Altimeter 3013.
So right now we're coming in on a straight shot on Fort Collins. It's somewhere dead ahead of us. At 8,600, we're descending down to 6,400.
November 012 Sierra Bravo. Contact Denver approach 134.85.
Contact Denver approach on 134.85, November 012 Sierra Bravo. Dial it in as quick as we can. Alright. Denver approach. This is November 012 Sierra Bravo at 7800, descending 6400.
November 012 Sierra Bravo, Denver approach, good day. Altimeter 3013, expect the visual approach runway 6.
Expect a visual approach runway 6, November 012 Sierra Bravo. I'm pretty sure that's a loop around. Let's get rid of the CFB. I'm not entirely sure what it thinks runway 6 is. Usually the way this works is the runway number is the heading, so I'd like runway 60 should be like runway 6 should be 60 degrees. That was my understanding, and none of what they're showing me matches that expectation. So Fort Collins looks like kind of a cool place though. Bunch of lakes, mountains. Alright, we're going to track this freeway, which according to my map is US 287. I'm going to track this south. I do feel like beyond ATC, vectors is in kind of low, which can be difficult because like now I can't see the woods for the trees for this runway. This whole airport, in fact. Should be off to the left somewhere. Anyway, I assume in a minute we'll get vectored off around, do some left turns, and hopefully all becomes clear. 55 minutes. I think we're in good shape.
November 012 Sierra Bravo, turn left, heading 055.
Turn left, heading 055, November 012 Sierra Bravo.
November 012 Sierra Bravo, airport is at your 10 o'clock 3 miles. Report the field in sight. November 012 Sierra Bravo, airport is at your 10 o'clock 3 miles. Report the field in sight.
Field in sight, November 012 Sierra Bravo.
November 012 Sierra Bravo, cleared visual approach runway 6.
Cleared approach, runway 6, November 012 Sierra Bravo. The only thing is I can't see runway 6.
November 012 Sierra Bravo, contact NOCO Tower 118.4.
Like, where is this runway? NOCO Tower, this is November 012 Sierra Bravo at flight level 60.
November 012 Sierra Bravo, NOCO Tower, wind variable at 6, runway 6 cleared to land.
Request runway 27, November 012 Sierra Bravo.
No. November 012 Sierra Bravo cleared to land runway 6.
Clear to land runway 6, November 012 Sierra Bravo. I don't know, I don't feel like there is a runway 6. This is a little bit confusing. Like, runway 6 should basically be running this direction. And it lined me up to hit it this direction. But I don't see a runway 6. And they won't let me go on anything else. So I am just going to come in and I'm going to land on runway 15. And if there are penalties for that, I'll take them. And then I'm going to take a closer look at where this runway is supposed to be. How bizarre. Obviously this would be a highly unorthodox maneuver, not recommended. But I can't do anything if they're only gonna, I don't know. Okay, so there's runway, what did I say? 27, and we're coming in on the opposite side. And I don't see a cross runway at all, which is what runway 6 would have to be for coming in. Especially from those vectors. So it's possible that there's some data missing, or it's possible I'm missing something. Let's not leave that off the table. But for now, let's just risk the wrath of the control. Get ready to take that number. And
Nice landing, pilot. Contact ground for your parking assignment, then shut down your engine.
November 012 Sierra Bravo. Contact ground 121.65. See you.
contact ground on 121.65, November 012 Sierra Bravo. Delta. Okay, moment of truth. Can we get them to empty our aircraft? Let's find out. Parking brake is on. Let's just turn the engine off.
Stand by, pilot. Cargo unloading.
Cargo is unloading.
Transporter. Another cargo mission completed. Thanks, and see you soon.
Beautiful. Okay. Well, nice to see a successful mission completion for one. Today we earned a total of 245 XP, which was based roughly on a couple of bonuses amounting 38 XP, and then the base reward being about 207. We cleared the flight in 1 hour 36 minutes, so we were very comfortably in that 2 hour 40 minute window they gave us, which is a stark contrast to that shorter mission I did last time. But the up and down of this is that we are at 6983, so almost 7,000 out of the 10,000 required XP to make it to captain. So finally moving along on the way. And finally, let's just talk about that runway 6 for a minute. I pulled up this chart from FlightAware, which I will show here, and you can see that there is indeed a runway 6. When you look at this map and then you compare that to what we were looking at from the air, it looks like this was the runway they expected us to land at. This probably is an excellent argument for making sure you have all of these flight maps available and in your EFB before you take off. I clearly didn't have them, and you can see what happened. But luckily, the game wasn't so fussy that it penalised me heavily for landing on a different runway other than the one designated, so all's well. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Well, that's a wrap on that one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. And remember, I'm not actually a pilot. I'm just a dumbass with a flight simulator. Catch you on the next one.